Friends, today we are going to talk about one sector which is quite high in demand and which has a very better scope to grow from here also. And we are going to talk about today about port sector. This is a highly regularized sector. No government don't give license easily. Again, no, this is the sector no, where lot of growth you will see in next few years, in next decade when India from you can say the fifth largest economy will become the third largest economy. So today we'll talk about the port sector, and this question was asked about one of our member, that is Mahesh Jeshwani. He asked that no, which sector, like can you give me a brief about the port sector? So today let us talk about that. So welcome everyone, guys. My name is Tapan Doshi. I'm a SEBI registered research analyst. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to my channel, click the below link and do subscribe it and do share the video if you like it. So let us talk about port sector in detail. Port sector, no, it is going to grow because see, at the end of the day, whatever import and export you have to do, either you have to do through land, sea, or through air. Okay, but you know that sea and air, no, it's not so. Sorry, land and air, it's not so much possible. But yes, 95% of the trades are happening through the ports. You can understand 95% of whatever import export happening to various countries, and now again within the region also through Sagar Mala and through rivers and all that. 95% is happening through port business. And today we are going to talk about port business. I'll understand how is the port business in India and what is the scope and what the government is doing so that you'll get a better idea of it. So for that, let me share the screen. And guys, before I go, one thing is for sure, port business is a business of which will, you can say that it's, it is growing business and lot many players are coming in this business. However, the thing is, you have to understand which will take the market share. That is the most important thing. And talking about market share, guys, 1 minute. So talking about the market share, Adani Port and JSW Infra are the two major companies. But let us understand about the port business in India. So talking about major port, so there are almost, you can say, port in India handles 95% of the international trade volume of the country. Okay, and over the years, you can see financial 16, 17, 18 to 23. Okay, so it is slowly and gradually it is going. Currently, by 22, it was 1.98 million tons capacity utilized. Okay, there are almost 12 to 13 major ports. Again, the cargo traffic at major ports is almost, you can say, 784 million tons. Okay, so you can see the capacity is 1598 something, but yes, we are not using the complete capacity. Still, the lot of buffer is there, but it is going to use more of the capacity as and when India grow and the trades goes up. Again, private participation in the infrastructure has gone up a level where government and private players are combining and creating the space for everyone. Again, if you talk about why it is growing and why it is a good scope, first is the robust demand. There is a quite a good demand coming for the international trades, and as the India grows, more and more import export happening. Again, there are a lot many attractive opportunities where ports are really give a good cash flow, and again the profit margins are okay, so that no, even the players who are getting involved are able to earn money. Okay, so again India plans to invest $82 billion in ports by 2035. Okay, and there are almost 7 projects on which they are going to almost invest more than 2000 crore rupees. Again, the policy support, there is a big policy support every time from the government for the port sector. So the total allocation for shipping was almost, you can say, 2200 crore rupees. Again, guys, competitive advantage that India has a coastline of which is almost 7517 kilometers long, which is a quite a big coastline. 7517 kilometer long. Again, there are almost more than 200 ports. Some are so we are going to talk about the ports. So most cargo ship sail through East Asia, sorry, America, Europe, and Africa through international territories. Again, the location of India is such that no, you can say that is where the port business is developed a lot. Now, ports in India, there are almost 13 major ports in the country, 7 on the eastern coast and 6 on the western coast. 54%, more than 50%, 4% of the total cargo is been handled by the 12 major ports. So these 12 major ports handle more than 50% of the total cargo capacity. Major ports are, as I told you, in the western and eastern side, and usually Kandla and all that, they are some of the biggest port in India. Again, if we talk about the non-major, mind about there are almost 200 non-major ports. So there are a lot many non-major ports, and non-major ports account for almost 46% of the total cargo traffic. So they also have a very good share. So there are two major and non-major. Again, if you see the where are the major ports handle that. So if you see Kandla, as I told you, that is India's largest port corridor. Again, Mumbai, JNPT, Murgaon, New Mangalore, Lakshadweep, Cochin, Chennai, Enroll, Visakhapatnam, Pradeep, Kolkata, and Port Blair. So these are some of the main major ports. Again, if you talk about market share, as I told you, currently it is 55. Okay, so 56-44 or 55-45. But yes, non-major ports are gaining share and major chunk of the traffic has been shifted to major ports to the non-major. So, धीरे-धीरे non-major ports also they are gaining share. Okay, so slowly and gradually both are coming equal. Now, when we talk about the major ports, what type of products they are handling? So, if you talk about the solid is almost 46.3%, where iron ore, coal, fertilizer, these are handled. So, coal is almost 25% share, which is one of the highest. Okay. And again, if we talk about liquid, that is petroleum is almost 31%. So when we talk about the major import is oil, 90% and more than we are importing oil. So 31% of import and whatever happening at a cargo level, no, at port level is oil only. Container is almost 22.6%. Again, if as I told you that all the ports are profitable, means not all, but majority of the ports are the profitable, and that's why you can see the net profit is going up for most of the ports. Again, the capacity utilization is around, you can say 40 to 50%. So capacity is around that. Okay, utilization almost we can say 40 to something 45% is the capacity. But yes, in future the capacity utilization will go more as more and more import export will happen. Again, ऐसा नहीं है कि all the companies are earning same profitability. Some of the companies like big players like Adani or JSW Infra, all that, no, they are having a good profitability margin also. So what is actually helping the demand? So one is the policy support. There is an increasing trade activities for the container traffic, rising demand for coal and all that. Okay, again, growing demand, innovation, and increasing investment. This is what basically policy support, growing demand, and innovation is helping to increase investment in ports. Okay, again, private equity supporting private port developers, lot many private players are also increasing, again increasing investment in building ports and related activities. So you can say now the ecosystem related to the port is going up. When we talk about the external trade, guys, understand our external trade is going up only. So if we talk about export is around $770 billion in financial 23, and around 892 billion is import. So over the time, if you see the graph has gone up only, and where the 95% of all this external trade is happening in the ports. So ports will be directly beneficial to the all the import and export going up. Again, if we talk about how much petroleum, so as I told you, 31% of total whatever activity happening at port is nothing but the oil. And you can see oil import has gone up only. Currently, it is around 391 million metric ton currently, which was earlier last year, 2022, it was around 254 million. In 21, it was 217. So there also the crude oil consumption is going up because as the economy is growing, you need more crude oil. Okay. Again, out of the all the ports, some of the biggest ports, if we talk about is Adani Port, the biggest port, and I think that Adani Port capacity is almost 4 times of the next player, that is JSW Infra. So total 14 port capacity of around 607 metric ton is done by Adani Port. That is says only. Again, they are having in Israel. Okay, again in Australia, Tanzania. So lot many countries they have. So yes, Mundra is their main main place where they are having. So West Coast is around 355 million metric. So out of 1500, you can say whatever metric ton capacity, million metric ton capacity is there for India, almost around 50% or 40 to 50% is handled by Adani Port only. Okay. Again, as I told you, the Mundra is India's largest says, and land bank is almost 12,500 HA. Again, another is Dharma Industrial Zone and Krishna Patham Industrial Zone. But yes, Mundra is number one currently. Again, if we talk about Adani Port, if you see the overall, the cargo volume has gone up by 6% over the years. But if we talk about the Adani Port, it has grown by almost 25%. So this is how the Adani Port has grown compared to the industrial norms. All India domestic cargo, if you see around, it is around 6% between financial year 13 to 18, 3% between financial 18 to 24. However, Adani Port has grown by 13% between financial 14 to 19 and almost 13% in last 5 years. So what it shows, it has gone much, much faster. And this is why, again, the profitability is also going up. And I already made one video on Adani Port. If you want, you can go and check it out, what I told about the Adani Port, at what level you should buy and all that. The link I'll be giving in the description. You can go and check it out. Again, their cash flow is going up is almost by 19%. Strong cash flow, EBITDA is 18%, and net cash flow generated is 24%. Similarly, as I told you guys, India is around 3.7 trillion dollar economy. By 28, it will be 5.9 trillion dollar economy, and by 2030, it will be 7.3, you can say, trillion-dollar economy. So India is going to grow a lot, and as in India grow, government is going to deploy more and more into capital expenditure, infrastructure expenditure. By, you can see here the graph, from almost 11 trillion rupees will be invested by government on the capex and everything. And what it shows that yes, government want to go for this sector in a big way, in a big way. Now let us understand who are the major players on the port side. So talking about major players, so let me open that. So who are the Adani Port? As I told you, take Adani Port sales is 25,610 crores, which is almost six times of his next competitor, that is JSW Infra, is around 3,194 crores. This is how the big Adani Port is. And there, why I'm telling you, to just to make you understand. Then again, for JSW Infra also, I made a separate video. I'll give you the below link in the description. You can go and check it out. I've given whether you should buy this stock or not. And again, ROE, you can see 14%, JSW Infra is 20%. Okay, again, the sales growth is overall okay only, like 33%, 40% for JSW Infra. 3 years is 20, profit 18, JSW Infra 40, and profit is 60%, 60% growth. Okay, so just to, why I've shown you, to make you understand now that how this major port companies are doing and what is the future prospects. If you want, as I told you, I've given a separate video, otherwise this video will be too long. What my main motto through this video is nothing but to show you, as an investor, whether you should go with this type of company or not, where the scope of, you can say, growth is much more. Port industry is going to grow a lot, and this is where some of the big players like Adani or JSW, they may be getting benefit out of that. So guys, I hope you like this video, and help you to understand more about the port business. And guys, if you want to know more about the various other sector and stock, please subscribe to our channel, do like and share this video. And also, if you want any sector and stock to be reviewed from my side, please put it in the comment box. I'll try to cover next time. So thank you very much, guys. Again, before investing, do your own research and then only invest. This is just for the education purpose. So I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.